Did you know your credit card points and miles can lose value to inflation? Credit card companies often reduce the redemption value of your points and miles. Now, imagine a credit card with rewards that can grow in value. With the Gemini credit card, you can earn Bitcoin or one of over 50 other cryptos instantly with no annual fee. Every swipe at the store or gas pump earns you instant rewards deposited straight to your account. Plus, sign up now for a $200 Bitcoin bonus to kickstart your rewards. Visit Gemini.com/card today. Check out the link in the description for more information on rates and fees. Again, if you're looking to invest in Bitcoin but don't know where to start, the Gemini credit card makes it easy.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard here on a Football Friday. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard. We're live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino in this hour. We'll hit the NFL coming up in 15 minutes. I loved it last night because it was a big tight end game. I think we have another one coming on Sunday. You have a lot of great numbers to share. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, first half kind of stuff. But Pauly, we have Game 5 ALCS starting in about 7 minutes up in Seattle. The fans are going crazy right now. How long are they going to live with that emotion here?
Yeah.
Of where, guys, this is fun. Let's go get this game where we can still win the series.
I'm not as down on Miller as you are. You don't think he's going to repeat his last performance, which is going to be difficult. But his outs recorded prop is 9.5.
Oh.
So that tells you, though. I mean, this is supposed to be Wu right behind him, and the horrible luck here that your best pitcher hasn't been able to go. Even though you're 2 wins away from going to the World Series for the first time. But if I can get 3 or 4, then I can come in with three innings out of Wu and hopefully turn it over to Munoz. But easier said than done with this ridiculous Toronto offense that is 5-0 in Seattle with 42 runs and 11 bombs.
Think about
it's been
that.
home run derby what they've done to turn this series upside down. Full marks to the Blue Jays.
All right, so Gossman going. He has allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 14 of his last 19 starts. Like, he's rock solid. A 3.52 ERA, almost 9 Ks per 9, and a little bit shy of 2.5 walks per 9 innings to date. The Blue Jays are averaging 5.6 runs per game since the All-Star break. That includes the postseason. That's the most in Major League Baseball. And again, Miller was awesome in Game 1. He allowed the Springer dinger to lead off the game. And after that, the Blue Jays basically got nothing off of him. But full season to date, ERA 5.36, 1.5 home runs per 9, and almost 3.5 walks. Like, I think this Jays lineup is too good, and they're not gonna. That's not gonna happen again. What we saw in Game 1.
Springer over total bases 1.5. Big Earn is also hitting.
How do we forget about that guy?
I know.
God, is he good?
Great. He's plus 160 to do it. And on the flip side, even though it's getting lost in the shuffle because they've been getting blown out, Naylor's been hitting the ball. And now it's Caesar's Will Hill. He's a half. Total bases is a half, over minus $2. So some of this stuff you have to shop around because they're not going to give out like Springer's 240 to get a hit. But some of this stuff you probably have to mix and match with what you want to play and how creative you want to get.
You could probably go with a guy like Springer, a guy like Vlad. You could go hits, runs, and RBIs over 1.5.
I like. Okay,
it's still going to be juiced, but it won't be 240.
Okay, so Springer's 2 minus 140. That's at DraftKings.
How about
like that? I mean, you figure the guy's going to get a double and then could start off the game with a double with what he's been doing.
Who would you like here? Because you like the Blue Jays in the game. Okay. So if you do, then I'm guessing that you have to like their chances to win the series. They're going to get 2 more games in Toronto after this with a 3-2 lead. Vlad is 3-1 now to win the ALCS MVP. Springer is plus 650 at DraftKings. Would you maybe dabble a little bit on both?
I like Springer.
Or just take him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Both guys have been...
That's a tough call. But then what if Jimenez goes deep 4 games in a row?
How do you ignore that?
I know. There's so many guys that are hitting.
Trying to find a number on him. He's 9-1.
Yeah.
Well, that'll tell you. I would also be looking at World Series MVP. I'd look at a couple of Blue Jays hitters right now, too. Although the numbers were much higher when they were down 0-2. I get that, but we're in real live time right now as we speak. And I think if the Blue Jays make the World Series, and if they do take on the Dodgers, again, this team, the lowest K rate in all of Major League Baseball this year. You're going to have those dudes coming in absolutely on fire, but assuming the Blue Jays don't strike out 12 times a game, they're going to be live in that series. They're probably going to produce some runs. And if they win the whole thing, you can get a good number right now in a couple of their players.
You out-homer your opponent in the playoffs, you're 21-4. Road team in ALCS is on a 15-3 run. Dumper's also got good numbers against Gossman, and he's taken him deep 4 times. And then they got the late game. Which, what do you expect here? Can Milwaukee get anything going? The numbers are hideous look away. 3 runs, 9 hits in the series. Contreras and Taranga combined 1 for 22. And then Churio left the game with an injury. 18 hits in their last 5 games. Fewest in history. Team history. 18 hits in 5 games. Oh, here's Ohtani on extra rest. And the last time he had a lot of rest, he cut up the Phillies in that game in middle of September. So I like his outs prop over, where you have, again, where Roberts is saying he can go triple digits and try to get into the 7th. It also, when he pitches, though, it affects his hitting, although not that he's hitting. But going back, he's 12 for 58 at the plate with a 207 average going back when he's been on the mound. But can anyone do something here for Milwaukee? And he just got the, kind of the fluke run yesterday where Hernandez dove. Right. Instead of just backing off and playing it for a routine single, he played it into a triple. That was their only run. And then you got Yelich, who's like 1 for 17. It's a swinging bunt, his only hit. And then the Taranga and Contreras stuff, it's ugly. So Ohtani's got a 1.40 ERA last 5. Nobody's hitting. The starters are 6-1 with a 1.54 in the last 9 games, and they're 8-1 in the playoffs. I mean, it's good luck tonight for Milwaukee.
And on the year, Shohei strikes out 12 batters per 9. And oh, by the way, the Dodgers are averaging 5.5 runs per game at home. So good luck to the Brewers in this game.
I did play Quintana outs over 8.5. To have any chance, he's got to be able to give you something here today because there's nothing behind him. Yeah. And I give the full marks to the kid. Miz was great.
He was awesome.
Throwing 104. But this is an all-star lineup. And Edmund got him for the blooper. And the walks will come back to Hunt, and then that was it. But it's just.
Can I argue, by the way?
What's Uribe throwing to first base for?
Who knows, Paul?
I mean, okay.
So rather than going with Ashby to start the game, and he allowed Ohtani to have that leadoff triple, the way that Miz was dealing yesterday, I can't say this, but I can say it, but I can't prove it, right? I don't think they score in the first inning because the Dodgers batters...
He was untouchable. And the shadows? Yeah.
Oh, they had basically no chance against the guy at the plate until late in the game. So if he doesn't allow, assuming based on that, he doesn't allow that run in the first inning, like he's going to be staked to a lead because they scored right away. And then he just mowed him down the entire time until that final inning. But at that point, things are maybe a little bit different in the game overall. And let me ask you this. So I have Snell, Edman, and Kiki Hernandez to win the National League Championship Series MVP. Snell's at 30, Edman 80, Kiki 150. Edman and Kiki, they are tied with 4 hits. They're not doing a lot on offense, the entire team.
Right.
They're tied with Will Smith, who has those 4 hits as well. Now, Freddie Freeman, Hernandez, they all have a home run, as does Max Muncy, but they have done nothing else at the plate. So if it ends tonight like a 3-1 game, Ohtani's good, but he doesn't do anything at the plate, who's the MVP?
Good question. This is a tough one. I'm here for this discussion. You might have something there with Blake Snell, that he just set the tone for the whole series and demoralized Milwaukee.
That's the word I was going to use.
Milwaukee's 9 of 89 in the series with 30 strikeouts.
Oh, God. For a team that was just...
But sometimes there's not an MVP. Yeah. This is just a fluke series. You can't give it to Yamamoto. Every guy's come out and been unbelievable with the starters, and then you get one timely hit, and that's been... look at the scores. 2-1, 3-1, 5-1. And when that game 2 was a fluke, the damage was done late when they brought in the bullpen, and that lefty was terrible.
And it's not going to be a reliever here who's been in 4 games. Like Sasaki
can't go that route.
No reliever.
I can't go Yamamoto. I can't... even if Ohtani is lights out and hits a home run, you can't do it.
Oh, then he'll get it.
No, you can't. It's 3-0. How can you do that? He has 2 hits in the series.
Well, because I think,
come on.
I'm not saying that I would, but I'm wondering, voters, if he's awesome tonight on the mound, strikes out let's say 9 and hits a home run.
That'd be the dumbest thing ever. They're up 3-0 in the series. He can't win the MVP. He has 2 hits in the series. It's 3-0. Come on.
Well, who else do you give it to then? Under that scenario, I think he would win.
Are they allowed to
split?
Yeah.
Yes, it's happened in it happened back-to-back years, in fact, recently, where we had co-MVPs.
Who got it? You have that, dude. Okay.
Yeah, if you give me a second here.
Okay.
I can, yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I got some cool props. Ohtani to have a no-hitter through 5. Plenty of extra rest here. Brewers can't hit. 9 hits in the series, 16-1. Ohtani to go deep and have a strikeout in the same inning, 15-1.
Okay, well, that one I don't hate because what's his outs prop again tonight?
17.
Okay, so he's going to, based on that, he's going to go around 6 innings.
Yeah.
So you figure he has a good chance of striking out at least one Brewer in every inning.
Yeah, 17.5.
And so if he hits a home run, what's his home run prop? Plus 220?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 250? You can get 15-1 on that? Where's that at? Caesars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good props, yep.
That's very creative.
Ohtani to strike out the side in the first inning, 8-1. Miller to do the same, 12-1. And he got longest home run of the night and also all the home run props, too. With these Toronto guys, he bombs away with these tickets that have been cashing on these Toronto guys.
Okay, you asked. Here you go. 2016, John Lester, Javi Baez, co-MVPs.
Is that right?
The following year for the Dodgers, 2017, Justin Turner, Chris Taylor, co-MVPs. So that could very well happen again tonight. It's not that long ago.
Maybe I was thinking NBA, that they're not allowed to do that. But come on. How do you give it to someone here? It's going to be a tough call for these guys. If they sweep and nothing happens with Milwaukee offensively, what happens if you're in an accident and the other driver doesn't have insurance or not nearly enough? Suddenly they're one stuck with medical bills, car repairs, and lost wages. That's where lasso injury law steps in. They know the ins and outs of uninsured and underinsured motorist claims, and they fight to make sure you're not left paying for someone else's mistake. Happened to me. Guy freight trained me. Ran a stop sign, no insurance. Al Lasso came through. Lasso injury law, 702-625-8777. Free consultation, no voicemail, no runaround. Real people ready to help. LassoInjuryLaw.com, 702-625-8777.
Okay, I think we're in store for another tight end game between these two teams on Sunday. I'll give you the numbers in the matchup next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
When you go to vsin.com and check out the Opta AI stats for player props in the National Football League, as Vladimir Guerrero, was he going to remain red hot? There's a double.
In the gap.
Lead-off double. Yep. 2 outs right now, but that guy is smoking, man. Jeez.
It's your total basis.
Over just like that. Okay. But you can find player prop projections for everybody in the National Football League on a weekly basis. And Opta AI, Pauly, they have Jordan Love going over his passing yards by about 38 yards this game.
How about this game now? We're not going to be Kyler Murray again, although Harrison's good to go. Packers 7 on the road. I've seen this movie before. I was surprised how well Brissett played last week. Could have won the game, deserved a better outcome. He was awesome. And he would have had the most passing yards on Sunday until Mac Jones came in late and took that from him. But this is a game where Green Bay's supposed to go off offensively. And Love is supposed to play well through the air with all his weapons.
Right. The Cardinals have allowed the 6th most passing yards on the entire season. They've also allowed the 6th most catches to wide receivers and the 2nd most catches and 3rd most yards to tight ends. Tucker Kraft, props 3.5 catches minus 130 to the over. His yards prop is 46.5. And on the flip side, Green Bay, dynamite at slowing down backs on the ground. They only allow 66 yards to the position, but they can be had via the tight end on defense. 39 catches allowed, tied for 2nd most in the entire league. They've given up almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hello, Trey McBride. 6.5 catches, though. That's a big number. And his yards, 63.5.
Yeah.
I like Kraft. I would go with Kraft at those lower numbers before I would go with McBride.
Okay. All right. How about Raiders and Chiefs? They're not going to ease Rice into it. He's been good in practice, and they're going to put a lot on his plate here and supposed to get him involved early and often. As I mentioned earlier, when Mahomes has been more than a touchdown favorite since 2020, He's 36-2 straight up, thanks to Evan Abrams. Both losses to the Raiders. 2023, lane 11. They lost. Was that Christmas? Yeah. And in 2020, they were laying 11, and they lost 40-32 when Carr was incredible in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But how are the Raiders going to move the ball? Carroll said expect a heavy dose of Gentry. Got to get him going. He's top 5 in the league in yards the last few weeks. But with the Bowers injury and Geno Smith an interception waiting to happen, I think Spags will have something dialed up for him, and it won't go well. Second half going back, 32-15 run ATS for Kansas City, 68%, and they are 6-0 ATS in the fourth quarter this year. More on that coming up.
Yeah. By the way, like the numbers for the Opta AI stats, they've been down on Mahomes, I think, most of the year, and he has been like proving them wrong. They have him going under 259.5 yards by almost 50 yards.
Wow.
They have him throwing for like 210.
No.
He could have that at halftime if he wants.
They can't run the ball. It's only him.
Right.
So between all his new weapons now and how they looked last week, I think he's just going to pick them apart.
I think there's a chance here where it's going to be Worthy and Kelsey and Rice the entire game.
Yes.
Sure. Now, here's the thing with Rice, though. Like, they're making you pay a tax if you want to go over it. It's 5.5 catches and 56.5 yards on the guy.
Yeah, well, that's if you believe the coaches, though, and I do.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe everything that Reed says.
Well, I think if you buy into that, don't you have to ladder him as well and go 60, 75, 80, 90 plus on him? It's like, here you go, guys. Here's what you're dealing with now. We got him back in the first game, and we're going to go absolutely crazy on the rest of the league.
Is that it for your guy Thornton then? Or do you still think there could be value on Thornton? They still, unlike the exception was last week, but they've been taking deep shots to him, and he's delivered.
Here's why I would be a little surprised, like if he's completely like the last man to get any, targets or catches whatsoever, like they kind of leave him on the cutting room floor. He stepped up big when these guys were out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was turning into one of Mahomes' go-to guys and played really well in all these games. I don't think you just say now, yeah, dude, you're chopped liver, bye. We're not going to throw you the ball anymore. So maybe betting on him now at even lower numbers is not that bad of an idea. Because that could take, Paul, when they were going bombs away to him, his prop last week opened 19.5. Now, he didn't have a catch, but he could go over that on one catch with how many shots that they were taking deep with the guy. Chiefs and Survivor all day long, or what's the play? Because here at Circa, you got to save them either for Thanksgiving or Christmas if you're that kind of thinker.
Got to save them. Have to save them. Too valuable. You don't know what's going to happen on the night game now with Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Well, you have no idea.
That's a toss-up. Who's playing? How does Baltimore punt on the season? All that. And still, I would say, God, that total's got to be 60 again. That's madness. I don't think you can play the Detroit-Green Bay game.
No, I would not.
So you want to put all your eggs in the Philadelphia basket? How bad they've looked with Caleb Williams coming to town? Well, I think you got to save Kansas City. Kansas City at Dallas, so they'll win that game. I don't think they'll punt, but the value that they have, because they also, if you get, you got to play them on possibly on Christmas too.
Well, that's the thing. I actually think I would rather save KC for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And that's Denver we're talking about here. Because KC at Dallas, like weird things can happen on Turkey Day, and Prescott might throw for 400 yards and you might lose in a shootout.
It's Washington at home to Dallas.
Yeah. Minnesota host Detroit.
Minnesota host Detroit.
I mean, you can have that game.
These are tough.
Oh, yeah. Christmas is impossible this year.
Oh, that is tough.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
No fun. I wonder how many entries are going to be left at Christmas anyway.
That's true. That's true. It's week 17. So if you just say 5, I'll worry about it then, I guess. Because probably there's a chop by then. Because it's the second to last week. Okay.
Yeah. Are you like me, by the way, and Mike Samich, who joined us an hour ago? VSiN host. I like the Falcons. I mean, the injuries to the 49ers.
No, I don't trust them on the road.
Oh, really?
No, No, I don't trust them.
Boy, oh boy.
Now this is good.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this was Thursday. So Mitch on Atlanta and what Samich said as well. This is Shanahan yesterday with the media running down the injuries and who didn't practice and what the statuses of everyone.
All right, injuries for today. We got Yetur knee, hamstring will be out. Ricky knee will be out. Sky Moore ankle will be out. Trent Williams vet day. Christian vet day. Jordan Watkins calf limited. Brock Purdy toe limited. Mac Jones knee oblique limited. Pooney knee limited. Kevin Givens pec limited. Jawan Jennings ankle rib shoulder limited. Bernardo Green neck limited. CJ West thumb limited, George Kittle hamstring limited, Clea Davis hand limited, Michael Williams thumb. Oh wait, those guys are full. Go ahead.
I couldn't even count how many guys.
Oh man! So it's Mac Jones again. It's no Pearsall. Kittle says he's going to go, but I can't trust him on the road. Can't do it, and I trust Shanahan to get it done. I think they're going to win the game, and I would expect creativity again. Dump it off to your guy McCaffrey all day, and can Penix do it on the road? But the big thing is, do they slow down Robinson, and can Penix make – No, not at all.
No,
okay.
Robinson's going to get whatever he wants in this game.
In a 5.5-yard move on his prop, by the way, too. Okay.
Well, and up to AI, by the way, they have him getting like 96. They project him for almost 100 yards in this game, and it was around 79.5 when that came out. But let me give you this. Last week, and I love Fred Warner, who doesn't? The guy's one of the best defensive players in football. When he left the game against Tampa, remember, it looked like this for the Buccaneers offense. Punt, punt, punt. Warner's out for the year.
Right.
Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 3 straight 70-plus yard drives. They allowed 7.5 yards per play after the Warner injury. That, in the NFL, wow, is that not good. But it is a short week here for Atlanta coming off the Monday night game, and now you got to fly across the country. Where I think I agree, you have to have some road concerns here, but I did play him on a teaser.
Off a loss, 11 straight overs for the 49ers. Off a loss. And you cashed another prop if you listen to us with Dumper, who has done well against Gossman. He almost hit it out.
Yeah, it was almost
hit it
a
off
dinger.
the wall. So he's on second with one out, and Polanco's up.
Almost a dumper dinger.
Yep.
Did you do anything with the Panthers-Jets game?
This is great. They've lost 10 in a row, straight up in ATS when favored. The last time they won a game when they were favored, Sam Darnold, 2021. The Jets were sent out the favorite. Now it's flipped.
Yeah, his flip.
The only thing I played is Fields rushing yards over. No Wilson, can't throw the ball, holds on to it too long. Carolina 31st in pressure rate. I think he takes off and runs and gets at least 40 yards.
Dowdell, 250 yards on the ground today.
Well, you better play him, right? You better be in the lineup.
It's not Paul.
I don't like the comments coming out of Carolina.
Hubbard's back. He's off the injury report. I think they're going to split carries.
Oh, what a stupid. Season tips off Tuesday, NBA. Good doubleheader. We've been tracking the latest player moves to help you bet smarter. Become a subscriber today and get the guide. $9.99 for your first month. Previews and power ratings for every team. Best bets, futures, player props, live betting strategies. Get an edge this year. $9.99, VSiN.com/subscribe. Full month of VSiN Pro. Prop Analyzer. All the great stuff that's up there. Nigel on soccer. Tennis. Have you covered on every sport. NBA betting guide. VSiN.com/subscribe. Davis on NHL. Nailed it again with the Canadians. Gave up the first goal. Good numbers as always. VSiN.com.
Now, this Jets offense, you can have them. I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, right.
There's an angle here where Mason Taylor, because Carolina's bad against tight ends and also running backs in the air. But it's, after last week, wow, you're going to plug your nose and bet that game. We're going to run down props and trends that you need to know for Week 7 coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, no score in Seattle, Game 3, ALCS. We go to the top of the second, and right now the Blue Jays are minus 117 on the money line at DraftKings. Seattle minus 111, and the total is 6.5, juiced at minus 114 both ways. You want to hop in on the over after the nerf you cash there? You're going to get a better number now. Still 8 innings to go, Pauly.
Yep. It's hard to take the under right now, based on how good the Toronto offenses look.
Well, I'm sure the sticks are going to show up at some point, unless Bryce Miller has their number somehow. Wouldn't that be an outlier?
I think it's risky business to also bet the game over tonight in the NL. Milwaukee can't get anyone on base. That's another one.
I know. That's 7.5. Unless the Dodgers, team total goes flying over that number and then they cover it on their own?
Have to be mostly LA in that one. Yep.
All right, give it to me. What do you got here for the trends and props that we have to have?
All right, we're getting deep into the season already.
Yeah.
It's like our Mike Francesa. Where does the time go, dog? Saints 0-6 ATS first quarter. They've been outscored 65-16. Plus a half or plus 1.5.
Boy, that is a tantalizing, but we're getting updates right now on Twitter from folks in Chicago saying at least 30-mile-an-hour winds during the game.
Oh, God, I know. I still have to trust Johnson, though, and how well they've looked on the opening drives in the first quarter. Arizona, 5-1 ATS first quarter. Plus a half, minus 120 at Caesars.
Interesting.
Tennessee, 1-5 ATS first quarter. Plus a half, minus 120 as Vrabel returns. And see what they get anything from the new coaching staff.
Well, once you flip it then and go with the Patriots, Titans, you said, are 1-5 in the first quarter?
And also 0-10 ATS at home. First quarter's totals. The game in London, perfect. 7.5's the total. Both teams are 5-1 to the under. Kansas City's 5-1 to the under first quarter, 8.5. San Francisco, 5-1 first quarter under. Remember, before the Tampa game, they hadn't allowed a point. 8.5.
Yep.
Is that one. Tampa, file this away Monday night. This is coaching. Tampa Bay is 6-0 ATS in the third quarter. They're plus 1.5 against the Lions. Making all the adjustments at halftime.
Well, I would like to know, actually, before I bet that one live, who's going to get the ball at halftime.
Okay.
Wouldn't you, right?
Yep, that's big. Fourth quarter. Kansas City 6-0 ATS. They're laying 1.5. Houston 5-0 fourth quarter. Plus a half, minus 130. Carolina 6-0 fourth quarter, ATS.
6-0 for the Panthers. Wow.
Minus
okay.
a half, yeah. Thanks to Joe Osborne for a couple of these. How about halves? And some more totals. Every Cowboy game first half has gone over 6-0. 27.5 is the total against Washington. Again, I can't believe this. Highest total between these teams since 1980. And who knows how high it goes now as people are coming back. Patriots are 5-1 ATS first half. They're laying 4 against the Titans. Saints, 5-1 to the over first half. 23.5 against the Bears. Concerns about the weather? I understand it. Okay. Every Kansas City first half has gone under but one. 5-1. 22.5 the total. And the Bears are the only team to go over their team total every game. The Bears are 5-0, team total over.
Oh, well, how random is that they played back-to-back 25-24 games?
Uh-huh. That is.
I mean, that's got to be a scoregami for back-to-back, I would think, for one team being involved. By the way, update on Emeka Egbuka, did not practice today. Now, today's Friday. They play Monday. I'm still holding on a little bit of hope, but
it sounds like Evans will be okay, right?
Evans today downgraded to did not practice today.
Oh, missed that. Damn. That hurts.
Yeah.
But you got the Monday night game. Weekly leaders. Most passing. Dak and Purdy are your favorites. No, scratch that. Purdy's out. Come on, DraftKings, update that. Purdy's out. Mahomes 7-1. Herbert 9-1.
Well, would you look at? I mean,
Mac Jones is 9-1. There he is.
Again, going against this Cowboys defense, Daniels going scorched earth, and he has like 325 in the game, and that'll put you in the conversation most weeks anyway. Now, I know his prop is 100 yards less than that, but again, the Cowboys have stopped nothing this year.
I know. Brissett is 22-1. He almost got there last week. Blowout scenario, garbage time.
Well, what if that game turns into a shootout? It did against the Colts,
Could
man.
it be?
They should have won that game.
Could be. Or maybe the Parsons comments backfire.
And I think Harrison's going to be okay now for the game.
Yes, he's good.
Yeah.
High low. I was waiting on the rushing and receiving. They're still not up at DraftKings. High scoring.
I can give you some teams that are really, really bad.
Okay.
Well, we all know this about Miami, right? So Junkin's prop has moved from 78.5 to 93.5. The Bills, they have a bye week. They're terrible. The Titans they have so far more than 100 yards per game strictly to running backs, and they've also allowed 9 touchdowns. But again, trying to figure out that Patriots backfield, it's like splitting the atom. The Cowboys, again, not good against running backs either. And you have the Bears. But who's going to go nuts for the Saints in the game? Kendry Miller?
I don't know.
Alvin Kamara? And I'll give you wide receivers as well. This is only to wide receivers, right? And how bad these teams are. The Giants have allowed 1,070 yards to wide receivers on the year. Cortland Sutton. Mm-hmm. It could be a big Sutton game. The Cowboys have allowed 1,027. What about McCaffrey here with no McLaurin?
Yeah.
And Jacksonville has allowed 995 yards to wide receivers only, 5th most in the entire NFL. There's no Puka Nacua. Let's go Devontae Adams.
Got to have it. I'm with you. I've never seen this before. Highest scoring game is 2-1, Washington, Dallas. 2-1. Colts, Chargers, 6. Saints, Bears, 6. Atlanta, San Francisco, 650.
I'll tell you, if the Bears game did not have potential weather, I would like that one.
Miami, I could see Miami, Cleveland, because turnovers. And it's just Miami can't stop anything on the ground. 19-1. Giants, Broncos, 20. Low scoring game, Miami, Cleveland, 4. New England, Tennessee, plus 550. Carolina Jets should feature scoring, 6-1. Washington, Dallas is 40-1. Lowest scoring game of the week.
Come on. Give a better number than that.
Uh-huh.
You're going to make them 2-1 for highest scoring, but only 40-1 for lowest scoring. By the way, if Carolina and the Jets, if that was a primetime game, would you watch?
Absolutely.
So would I. And I'm guessing we'd have bets on it.
Yeah, we'd find an angle. No doubt about it. Most points. Washington and Kansas City, 5-1. Dallas is 9. The Packers are 10. Packers got to get right here offensively. This is a game they should move it through the air.
Yeah.
But that's easier said than done with this outfit. And the mistakes Love makes. Bears are 10. Chargers are 11.
Are we going to get that many points in the Chargers-Colts game? Like, if you're going to be
I think so, yes.
You do, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like last week, it was, 29-27 against Miami, something similar there?
Well, it should have been an easy win, though. I mean, the Chargers had 8 drives in the red zone and had to settle for all these field goals.
Yeah, Harbaugh's got to get rid of that mentality, man.
Denver's 16. There's some big prices out there. Giants are 120-1.
Could that happen?
If Dart can Dart do it again?
Like if he's, man.
Does the rushing happen again?
I have a bet on the
5 games in a row? If you go for at least 50 yards?
No, I'm hoping not. I bet that under. Yeah. But also, is there a chance where Nix is under pressure the entire time, creating like turnovers, or also like he maybe just throws a couple bad passes, picked off, maybe a defensive touchdown here in the game? Scattaboo's dancing all over the Bronco at midfield, right?
It's a Scattaboo game, if anything, for the Giants. It has to be. Yeah. They're the favorite to have the fewest points, and the Raiders are plus 550. Tennessee 7, Miami 8, Arizona plus 850.
I don't see it with Miami at all. 4 highest scoring team.
All teams that have a field goal in the early games, there's 6 this week. 6 early games only. Plus 550. All teams to have a passing touchdown early game, 8-1. All teams to have a rushing touchdown, 90-1.
That's the entire slate?
No, that's 6. That's early.
It's early?
That's just early. All teams to have a field goal in the early and late, 25-1. All teams to have a passing touchdown early and late, 8-1.
Wait a second here. You have 90-1?
All teams that have a rushing touchdown early, just early, 90.
I bet 400-1 yesterday.
Hello. Yeah, you got to, yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
That's your big boy.
Every team to score 1+. That was at Boyd out here in Las Vegas, which is FanDuel.
Right. Wow.
I also bet, this is a Paul Howard special, will each team, this is how it's worded, score 2+ field goals in the late games. Right? So the afternoon window.
Yeah.
175-1.
Why'd you do that?
I took a little pizza money on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Uh-huh. All teams that have a touchdown and a field goal in the early and late games is 60-1.
Well, and this is another one, too, for pizza money. Each team to score 1 passing touchdown in the 1 o'clock, the 4:05, and the 4:25 games.
Yeah.
40-1.
That's not bad.
That's what I took.
Good.
Why not?
Good job.
All right, I'll run down all of our other plays that we have for Week 7 of the National Football League and college football. Is that a home run? That is high. That's gone. Suarez, big-time dinger for the Mariners.
Yep.
if his girlfriend was not stuck. These games are a burial, a blowout, a human lock. You can bet your unborn children's children on these games.
I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
All right, what a night it was. It was an incredible game. Flacco over passing yards, ice cream. T. Higgins, ice cream. That was easy. Metcalf closed, I think, 67, 68.
Yeah.
I got him 58 and a half. He had a 40-yard catch on the third play of the game. Couldn't get there. Unbelievable. But as you said, I mean, all the tight ends were eating. And then the five yards in every quarter was no good at 4-1. This was ridiculous. Both teams have a touchdown and a field goal each half. I get 5 field goals in the game, and I have Mr. Reliable Boswell, but I get 4 of them from Cincinnati and 1 from Boswell. And it's just Cincinnati couldn't get a stop in the red zone, and it was all touchdowns, with the exception of early on. And Pittsburgh goes up and down the field, but it's kind of like the Aubrey, right? We lost that prop back-to-back weeks, and Dallas scored 77 points.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But kicked 2 field goals.
That's the biggest problem with the bet when you're taking on a Cincinnati defense.
Yep. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal winner. Boswell over 1.5, no good. And Tinsley was in the game on that touchdown. Again, how many?
On which one? 14 of them were scored last night.
Yeah, good point. It was the first one, passing. But like Yoshivash, he got the Bronx cheer from the home crowd.
Yeah.
Because he had dropped 4 passes in a row.
And he hit one of them last night.
Yeah, but then they won't bench him. I don't know. Like Jay Morrison said yesterday, Tinsley was the talk of camp. He had a good preseason, but they won't throw to him. And Dre at least had a couple big catches, though, later in the game. Predators to score first was a winner. And again, Jonathan Davis nailed it. First goal against Montreal and then come back and bet them to win. That's 2-0 as they play that backup goalie. And as he allowed the first goal, Dobbs, he's allowed the first goal 17 of the last 19. This has got away from us. The injury news, bad for Washington, positive for Dallas. Dallas now the favorite in this game on Sunday. This has been a move in our favor. This is down to 10.5 now. Coming up, big one with Louisville and Miami. Louisville plus 13.5. UNLV and Boise over 63.5. Big opportunity here for the Rebels. Very easy schedule the rest of the way. They are big underdogs. It hasn't gone well. They're 26-5 since 2023, but 0-3 against Boise. They average 38 a game, but allow 30 a game. Why you like UNLV and Boise over tomorrow? I believe, Cohen, we got to get Hunter involved early in a bigger part of the offense. Over 50 yards is plus $1.50. And then some NBA again. Nets under, Mavs under, Cavs best record plus 550. I'm certainly with Tony Rizzo on the Cavs to have the best record in the East. Tonight, get ready to go. Ohtani, his numbers have been dreadful when he's been a starter. And how bad he's 12 of 58 hitting 207 when he pitches. And he only has 2 hits in the series.
Interesting, okay.
And then one of them was that, like that serving it into right field with the triple.
The Kirk Gibson home run.
Yeah, right. And under 1.5 bases with Ohtani tonight as well. Pat Murphy just met with the media. Signed off. I'll see you here tomorrow. Okay. He feels confident they avoid the sweep. Quintana over 8.5 outs. And Fields over rushing yards. 40.5. $1.30 against Carolina. Not going to be able to throw the ball. He can't throw the ball, and Wilson's out. So I think there'll be a lot on the ground for Fields and at least have one long rush against Carolina.
Good luck this weekend, Pauly. Last night's game was just fantastic, man. Betting-wise, viewing-wise, up and down the field like that. That was great television.
How did I not give Luke Fant? I wouldn't shut up for 2 days about Fant. Forgot to give it. Good job.
I thought you had him.
I forgot to give it to Luke.
Oh.
I did. I had anytime touchdown 5-1 too. Yeah.
The Boswell, I was with you on that. Did not get there, but the Fant was good on both the receptions and the yards. So good results overall with him. I didn't give that out in pocket, but I absolutely tailed Charch with the anytime touchdown as well. Have to at this point.
Yeah.
Bet these early in the week. Giants plus a 7 against the Broncos. Broncos back from London, playing a Giants team that's going to have extra rest here. I don't think like it's going to be a shootout and Dart's going to look amazing, anything like that. I just think the Giants are going to be playing in a lot of close games this year. And so are the Broncos, by the way, potentially. So give me the 7 on that. I bet the Rams-Jags under 45, knowing that Puka was probably going to be out of this game, and a lot to like with the defenses and the unders anyway, the way that these two teams have been trending. And a teaser play on the Colts plus 7.5, Falcons plus the 8. We're on opposite sides. I think the Falcons, although they've been... Watch out for the home road splits with that team, but I think they can go to San Francisco and win the game on Sunday night. Additional plays here. 4 units on the Browns' money line against the Dolphins. It's my favorite NFL bet through 7 weeks. I love them. Bunch of reasons why. The infighting for the Dolphins, I think they hate each other.
Huh?
They're also a really bad football team.
Nick Saban. Can't believe
Tua said that.
Yeah, threw his teammates under the bus. Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? Stefanski, and we brought on Tony Rizzo earlier, and he was questioning the coaching chops here of Stefanski like this year in the last couple of games. He's won the coach of the year 2 years in 5 that he's been at Cleveland. Mike McDaniel was minus $7 like 3 weeks ago to be the first coach fired. Okay, he's not exactly a great coach in this league. Also, there's one thing that I know I can count on in this game. It's the Cleveland defense. That's the best unit on the football field that we have. And there's also, Pauly, don't forget, the home road splits with this defense. Remember, that was a thing a couple years ago. This season against Burrow and Lamar Jackson, they limited those two offenses to 2.9 and 3.7 yards per play. Okay, then you factor in the Miami defense. They've given up almost 600 yards on the ground in the last 3 weeks. Yards per play, 7.5, 7.0, and 5.6. Now Gabriel's back with a full week to get ready after he was thrown into the Lions' den. Coming back to take on Pittsburgh after a game in London. Come on. So I love the Browns this week. On the money line, minus 140. The Broncos have allowed 46 yards, I believe, rushing the entire year to quarterbacks. They are awesome at stopping guys at running the ball who play that position. I'm betting under Jackson Dart, 38.5. We will go with 2 bets on Woody Marks Monday night for the Texans, as the Seahawks have allowed 43 catches to running back so far this year. Next closest team, 35. They've also allowed 344 yards to the position. Nick Chubb, not the receiving threat out of the backfield. That would be Woody Marks. Over 2.5 catches, plus 134. Over 12.5 yards, minus 115. And one more over here. Sunday morning, Kyron Williams, over 16.5 receiving yards. He's cleared this number in 4 straight games.
Yeah.
There's no Lloyd for playing linebacker for the Panthers. He's out this game. And they've allowed the 7th most receiving yards to running backs that I have in my notes the entire year. We'll go Kyron Williams over.
Jags, you mean? Yeah.
Jags, yeah.
VSiN Pro subscribers, exclusive access to all new AI player prop projections, powered by Opta AI, the same trusted brand behind elite soccer analytics in the UK. Starting Tuesday for the start of the NBA season, free preview of our new NBA player prop projections available for limited time to tip off the season. Come on, baby. Big things out of Luka this year and Tuesday night. VSiN.com/props, VSiN.com/props. Miller just got a double play. 1-0, 2 outs, top of the third. Suarez was 4-1 to go deep. So a good start here. This is crazy. Some of the stuff that cashed last night. Flacco and Rodgers to have 550 plus passing, plus 325. Flacco to have 30 plus completions, plus 550. 3 touchdowns, plus 450. Brown and Warren, 5 yards every quarter, 10-1. 200 yards combined, 28-1. 25 yards each half, 15-1. Chase Brown, 10 yards each quarter, 8-1. Chase, Jamar, 15 plus receptions, 45-1. Anytime Fant, 5-1. Anytime Washington, plus 350. Freiermuth, anytime 650. 2 touchdowns, 100-1. Jonnu Smith, first touchdown, 18-1. All tight ends to score. $100 parlay paid $97,000. Here at Circa, Flacco, 2 touchdowns, and the Bengals win 7-1.
Wow.
It was an all-time night.
I love the game.
I just couldn't get one more field goal out of Boswell. God.
So here, by the way, the second baseball game coming up tonight with the Dodgers hosting the Brewers in an elimination game. Dave Roberts told the media that he has, quote, soft parameters for Shohei Ohtani. 7 innings, around 100 pitches.
Damn right.
His strikeout prop is 6.5, juiced over, or 7.5 over is plus money.
There were 16.5s out there for outs.
It's now 17.5, juiced over.
Strong comments.
Is he going to be at 100 pitches before he records his 18th out of the game?
I think he'll be fine.
The Brewers have not been they have not made the starters work.
Well, 30 strikeouts, that's something, right?
Is that a dribbler back to Miller now?
Back to Miller.
Got out of it?
How long do they go with him? You got Wu waiting, right? Give me 5 strong. Give me 2 more and go to Wu for 3 and go to Munoz. That's the game plan, right? Can I do it?
Excellent job by everybody behind the glass this entire week. Stay tuned. The Friday Football Invitational, Matt Euman's next.